Alright guys, I'm going to try to answer some questions real quick here so I don't get behind this time. Silver Horse 347, it's a Mustang guy maybe, he's in bugs too. He's going to they're having a drag race, car show, swap meet type thing at his local drag strip. He's in Dayton, Ohio. And he's getting his bug parts from Larry's Off-Road. He's a good guy. We buy parts from him. I think Gaten still gets some stuff from him. But the shipping's what kills us, man. Anytime we got to order anything, the shipping's just terrible. So I try to get most stuff local. We got a guy here. But, you know, like I showed you guys, if you buy those cases from anybody but CB, you know, you have to address some of the issues with them. The aluminum cases aren't quite square when you get them. So, you know, CB, they throw them up on their 5-axis CNC machine there and square it up for you. So, you know, it's a little nicer piece when you get it from them. That's just been my experience. So, that's why I like to get my cases from them. The last couple I bought, I've just been buying them local and doing the shim thing, you know, putting the shim under the cylinder. So not the proper way to do it, but would be nice when you bought an $850 case if it was, you know, square. But and then we got the Wrecking Yard, said cool, and then AK-47 said nice, and then Slow SRT said thanks for talking good. Take care of my dog. Yeah, I'm taking care of your dog. Where's that thing at? That dog's crazy, man. It's always playing with a brown dog. They get along pretty good. I haven't been able to teach it to swim yet, though. I made a little video trying to, you know, persuade it to go into the pool, and I thought maybe I better not put that up. So I'll have to make another swimming video when she's not so scared of the water. But so thanks for commenting, and how about a video, man? Your that truck's looking good, and then the Nova's looking good, and yeah, no video, so that's no good. So then we got Wild Iron Northern Boy, and he says if I want to see a mess, check out his basement. I just can't believe that, but that's opposites attract. That's how that goes, you know. I'm sort of I'm not a neat freak, but a little neater than Andrea, I guess, but I don't know, I have a hard time keeping stuff organized, and you know, it's like, you know, I need bigger space. I'm ran out of room, or I need less stuff, I think, is the problem. So that's why I've been trying to get rid of stuff, give it away, whatever. So then we got Musty One here, said he glad that Bus made it in one piece, and he said he can't wait to get that motor stuff, so that's cool. There's a gas tank there, I don't know if you saw that. There's 2 sprockets, and the motor's brand new. It's never started, never been run. So I'm going to get that boxed up and send it to you, and get that your way. Probably should take it easy though, you know. Probably shouldn't be working on that stuff right now. You know, learn from your buddy right here. I didn't listen, and now I have to have my neck redone, you know. I have to go in there and fix the anchor that got ripped out, and, you know, put all new string in there. And so give it time to heal, buddy, and be plenty of time to get back out and lift stuff and do all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if your doctor told you this or not, but when you lift 10 pounds in front of you with your hand, it's 100 pounds on your spine. It's a leverage thing. So 5 pounds is 50 pounds. You know, when you get to your spine, it's 50 pounds of load on your back. So keep that in mind. You know, 5 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but that's you know, we had to go from gallons of milk to half gallons, and I didn't drink milk, but that's, you know, one thing you got to do is drink that for the calcium or whatever the crap's in there, but makes you fat. So, and then we got one from Jesse here, and he's just talking about the CB performance stuff, and I'm gonna get you the estimate, buddy. You know, let me see what I got. Excuse me. I don't have any stuff left. I got the one motor that I'm building, the 1915, and that's going to a guy in the garage. And the big thing is, you know, just getting the parts, you know, the expense of gathering all the parts. And I don't mind doing that if you're serious about a motor, you know, but it's sort of a big investment, you know, when you got to gather everything. And the engine kit just makes it really convenient because you get it all, you know, and you can at least get a long block going. So, of course, the heads are the big expense. I mean, I do have used heads, but I don't like to build motors for people and use used cylinder heads unless the heads are just really premium. Because of the seat issue, you know, they don't have the unleaded seats in them, and you know, they've made some leaps and bounds on the way the valve keepers are locked and the springs, and there's just a lot of upgrades, the way the spark plug's located in the combustion chamber, and you get a lot of the upgrades that are built into the new cylinder heads. So, with that being said, I can look around and see what I got. You know I have a 1776 that I got in the stand. And it's going to be a pretty decent little motor. It's got big valve heads, and it's a 90.5 motor with thick wall cylinders. And I'm going to put a little camshaft in that, and it'll be a little screamer for sure. But I know you want to go a little bigger, so let me work on that for you, and I'll get back with you probably in a day or two. My guy's going to be in tomorrow. Today was his day off. So I got a list of parts, and as soon as he gives me the prices, I'll let you know. Of course, it's going to be cheaper if I can source that stuff here. However, you know, some of the parts that we might really want, we might have to order in, you know. So I'll talk to you about that, and we'll get that all figured out. So, and then we got big, oh man, he said I got a big horde, and I'm going to butcher his name. Big, let me get back on that one. I'm not even going to try to say it. We got Hambone here, and mail call is always good. Oh yeah, and he says I got a few buddies out there for sure, and I do. I've met a lot of good guys on YouTube, and it's been pretty positive for me, you know. So I hope some of the other guys are getting the same benefit out of it. You know, you get to meet people and you know, interact with different guys and bounce ideas off each other, and so I think it's pretty cool. Mega Archer 101, happy to see some bids. Hope all is well. Take care. Everything's going good. Just gotta get the hand healed up, you know. Got the super glue working there. But yeah, you know, stupid stuff's what gets you. You know, I knew right when I jumped off the ground to grab the door that I probably shouldn't be jumping up to grab the door to begin with, and then when I grabbed it, you know, it just was real sharp. So, bummer. And then Southwest Customs, new camera. No new camera. It just works sometimes, doesn't work other times. And it says good people are good people. Now get rid of Lily, and that might put your head straight again. No doubt, man. That's, you know, weighing heavy on me for sure, because it's a good friend, you know, and I don't want to, you know, milk the job, but, you know, keep finding stuff, and he wants it perfect, so it's a long process, you know. If you could just snap your fingers, you know, guys would be knocking cars out. And you guys have watched enough videos to know that even shops that have all the resources, you know, can spend as much as a year on a car and longer. If, you know, you get involved with it, you know, and you start building a new pan and a new chassis and switching front ends and transmissions around and, you know, welding in heater channels and, you know, patches, and you know, it's a lot of work. So but you know, that's what I like to do. I just would like to be doing it for myself, and that's what I'm working on. You know, I'm pretty much, you know, I'd like to do one bug at a time, and I want to get the garage where it's more functional, you know, where it's not so cluttered, and that's what I need to do, is get that stuff done. And then Richard, 16327, you know, he's the Flint Napper. He's a good buddy of mine now. I did make a video for Richard and his wife. You know, Richard's wife had a stroke, and she's not doing really good. You know, she's having a hard time with her recovery, and you know, I'm sorry about that, Richard. You know, I had a lot going on. You know, my father passed away at about the same time your wife had the stroke, and I had got an email from somebody that told me your wife was sick, and I made the video, and she has been in my prayers, buddy, and I hope that, you know, it works out with the therapy and stuff, and that she recovers. And I know it's a big job to take care of somebody when they're hurt, you know, and you know, I'm sorry if you didn't see that video, and I hope everything's good with you guys. So we'll definitely be praying for her. So if you guys are the praying type, you know, say a little prayer for Richard and his wife. And that's all of them on that one. So we'll go to the next one really quick here. And there we go. Kittens are cruising. Muddy Waters. That's Adam. Yeah, buddy, they're cruising. And he's curious to see that new primer. That new primer is supposed to be pretty cool stuff. Now, I always thought the HS3, you know, was the premium. But if you read the product guide that I sent you guys out, the packets, you know, if you read the descriptions in the primer, it says for excellent holdout, and then, or it says superior for the HS3, and then for superior or excellent, you know, it's a step above. So it's their premium. And you know, I don't. The problem with good primers are they shop price, or they price shop, you know. And the Refinish Solutions primer is $80 with a hardener, and it's a 2K, and that's what people want, you know. So my primer market is very limited as far as good primers. Most people just want the cheapest primer I can get them, you know. A lot of guys will use the lacquer primer, and a lot of guys want the 2K, but they want it cheap. So the Refinish Solutions is what I sell the most of. I've been using that for 3 or 4 years, and I haven't had any failures from it yet, you know, but it is a little on the thin side. It's not a high build primer, it's a medium build. But I've had a couple guys in the garage that have used the other stuff and really liked it, and I was talking to the guys at the warehouse, and mainly I was talking to the guy that stocks the shelf, and you know, we were talking about the weight of stuff, shipping it, and he goes, oh, well, you gotta ship some, you know, and he was telling me how heavy this primer was, and usually with primer, you know, the heavier it is, the better it is. So and then I read it, I looked the description up, and it's supposed to be, you know, it crosses over. If you look in your tech manual and you look in the description for what it crosses over to, it's supposed to be comparable to the PW30, which is or P30, or W30, the Sherwin-Williams stuff that you see Matt use. I wanted to get some of that, you know, the premium primers for my project, for my Nova, and the Bug. I don't use the Refinish Solutions on anything like that. Mainly just parking lot cars and stuff. But not to get off the subject, I was going to get some of the Sherwin-Williams primer, and my cost on it was $320 a gallon. So you know, this is a little more than the Refinish Solutions. It's about $1.50, I think, for the kit, but you know, compared to the Glazerith, which is $450 for a gallon, and the you know, if you guys walked into a Sherwin-Williams store, the primer that we were just talking about is $400 too. So there's not much market around here for $400 primer, and so you know, I got to sell what I got to sell. So that's where the primer comes. And somebody asked me about the color Buff. Buff is yellow, like the Glazerith primer. Comes in Buff. I guess it doesn't come in gray. It doesn't come in, you know, the this traditional gray or the black. Some of the 2Ks are black or gray if you want, but this is only comes in the Buff. So it's like the European version. So Milo gave me big kitty points there, and yeah, and then got new points for the car distributor. Big Paul. I don't know if you saw that video, but I got that distributor if you want it. I know you asked me about the shirts. And a couple of you guys are probably getting, you know, anxious about the shirts, and you know, Sign Man's working on them. He sent the proof over, and it looked really good, so we sent that back, and that was last week. So the shirts should be they should be coming anytime, you know. Let's give them a little time, you know. It's a big order, and it's a lot of shirts to do. He had to redo the screen. He redid the artwork a little bit, you know, to adjust it, and he made all new prints. It was a little quicker, I think, last time because, you know, we just had to add a few names just to redo the back screen, and the girl popped them out, and it just seems like it's been a while. Anytime you know, pay for something and you're waiting on it, it seems like forever, and I apologize, but I'm sure they'll be here soon. So if you're jonesing for the shirts, they are in the works, and should be soon. So, and then Guitar Relic, good to see another video from you, Darren. It was beginning to get a little concerned. Take care, Brad. Now this guy does some really bad guitar videos and stuff and demos, and thanks for watching, buddy. And yeah, you know, I just figured I'd take a day or two off and regroup, you know, so sometimes you just gotta lay low. And the Wrecking Yard, cool stuff. Ron's always watching. Thanks, buddy, man. And hope everything's working out with your brakes and stuff. I've been watching your videos, and the goats and stuff. That was cool, you know. And it's amazing how those goats don't weigh much. I was thinking when you said the goat was 60-something pounds, brown dog weighs 100 and something pounds. So she'd bring good money at market, but she's got no fur. So, and then VW64 Maynard. Yeah, see, I can pronounce that now because I watched your video on your car when you're doing your headlight and stuff. And he wants to see a tranny tear down, so I can do that for you, buddy. I gotta press those stacks apart tomorrow. I'll get Hans to help me do that. Hans is getting ready to, you know, leave the country. He's getting a passport, and he's going somewhere. We don't ever get to know where Hans is going. His uncle just picks them up and they go somewhere, and they call from wherever they're going. So we know he's either going to Greece, Japan, or, you know, Europe, or, you know, somewhere in the globe away from here. So we're going to try to get him greasy in the next couple days, you know, so he can take some of that grease abroad with him. And then yeah, Death Trap Hot Rods, he wants his cat, and I think we got to wait like 8 weeks. I try to get them to eat, and they won't eat. They don't even like food, you know. I'm putting their nose in it, but they don't want anything to do with it. So it's going to be a while, but you can come by and check them out, you know. You got first pick. I'm not giving any of them away yet, and there's some really cool cats. They're all really friendly. I think you'll be pretty happy. They're you know, they're cool. Cats are cool. So if you're a cat person, I guess. And then Tommy wants to know where's my bug with the flames, and it's at Gaden's house. So I was going to do a startup video on it, but I didn't do it because we ended up going to the junkyard, and it's got 4 flat tires. It's looking pretty bad sitting over there, and I want to get it back to my house for sure, man. You know how it is when you got people stuff in your garage and you can't be looking at your car, and I miss looking at it. As stupid as that sounds, I used to like to, you know, check it out and stuff, but it's better off over there, really, because it doesn't get oversprayed, and, you know, it's not getting all the crap on it. So it's sitting there getting dusty, but that's about it. And hopefully we'll get some videos on that and do some stuff. I've been thinking about taking that motor out and putting it in a street car. I'm looking for a car for the street, and because my racing days are pretty much you know, winding down, so I figured I'd get more enjoyment if I could put that in a street car, you know, and give people rides, you know, on the street. So that's what I'm planning on doing anyway. And I'm trying to sell the car, but probably won't have much luck with that. So Milrick, he said the gray cat is nice. What does buff mean? That's yellow, like, you know, the Glazereth primer. And then that valve seat was fucked, laughing out loud. Thanks for the vid, man. And that thing, that's the shittiest one I've ever seen. And the problem is that was a new head. You know, that head's not that old. The guy had that motor built somewhere, and he said it ran for a couple weeks, but you never know. People tell you stuff like that all the time, you know. But I took it apart, and it was pathetic. The studs were pulling out of one side of the block, you know, it didn't have any inserts in it, and the head was falling off, and it had a used head on that side, and the new head had the valve seat missing out of it. So cool. And then, you know, that's Big Paul. Andrew and answer him, and then Raz Permetto. He said, I need to be a little more careful. That's the story of my life, buddy. You know, look. So, yeah, I guess if you got to be stupid, you got to be tough. So, that's what somebody told me. I forget who said that. And then Gary, you know, he said that he said that I'm a dumbass for cutting my hand, and I should be careful doing that. And he asked me about the press. It is a Harbor Freight, you know, and picked that up. It was like $200, you know. And I've been looking online. You know how it is when you want to buy something used, you can't ever find one, you know. And now that I bought one, I'll see 100 of them on Craigslist. And I did see some really good spray guns on Craigslist in the Orlando and Daytona area. If you guys got Craigslist, you want to check that out. There's some SATAs on there for cheap. But not to get off the subject, you said they used a couple different primers, the Matrix MPE3 HS, and he said that was decent primer. He tried it 2 or 3 times. He tried the K36, and the K36, the MP3 HS is a copy of the K36, so they should have been sort of close. And then he's used the Omni, and he likes the U-POL. U-POL's got some good products, you know, and we can get U-POL, you know, through the Auto Body Time store there, and that could be shipped out, you know, no problem. But I haven't used a lot of the U-POL stuff. I've used the Rapture liner, and I really like that stuff. So I'm sure and I got some Fiberall or Fiber Strand or something one time. The box or crate busted open, and they gave me a big pallet of that stuff, and that was pretty good stuff. So yeah, man, they make some really good products. And another company that makes really good products is that guy that HPR is using their primer. It's got the Canadian leaf on it, and I can't really remember the name of, I want to say it's Rubber Seal, but I don't know if that's it. I'll have to look in the catalog. But they make some kick-ass primer. We used to use it at a job I worked at, and we were painting a high volume of cars, and we used that primer and their seam sealer and their rock guard and stuff like that, and it was really good stuff. So I got a little sidetracked there, sorry. And then Southwest Customs, good to see you again. Sorry about your hand, you know, just got to switch hands, it's no big deal. But it'll grow back. That's the bad hand anyway, I don't use that one much. And then Pete 1972, say cool stuff, nice kitty update. And you guys, if you haven't checked Pete 1972 out, you need to go over and check his Camaro out. That thing came out gorgeous, man. I mean, it's that atomic orange or whatever it is, I don't know. It's some sort of badass orange that looks like a piece of candy outside, and those guys did a kick-ass job on that car. So check that out for sure. NC Automan 57, I got his name down now, man. Glad to see you're doing okay. Thanks for the video. Take care, Rich. Thanks, Rich. I see Rich in the morning sometimes over at our buddy Seth's channel. And then Faster Cats, Mark, he said cute kitties. Yep. Step back, recharge the batteries, refocus. So glad to see you're making videos, man. I hope you don't give it up, because you're you know, it's good to have new additions to the garage, and you're one of the guys that make cool videos, I think. You know, I like watching your videos, and I know a lot of time guys will think that, you know, hey man, there's nothing to do, I'm just making a video to make a video, and who wants to watch this? But you'd be surprised, you know, who wants to watch it and who watches it. You know, I like watching videos, and I'm always looking for you guys. You know, I like watching all your videos, and you know, I'm always excited when I see one up there to watch, and always not excited when there's nothing to watch. So you know, at least you're making one a week, and that's cool. You know, won't get greedy. You know, good to see you once a week. Check Mark out too, he's got some really cool videos. And then we got Hambone, who was wondering if where I've been. Hope that paw heals up quick. Yep, thank you, buddy. And see, he's been working on his Volkswagen, getting his engine compartment sealed up, and gonna get back on his mower and stuff, and that's cool. So hopefully everything works out there. And you guys go over and help him out, man. we were talking on the phone about mechanics learning how to paint, and you know, we sort of came to the conclusion that it's so hard for a guy that's mechanically inclined to get their mind around the paint thing, because there's so many different procedures and ways to get to the end. And with mechanics, it's not that way. You know, it's set pretty much the way it has to be. There's tolerances, there's you know, the way things are done, you know, there's procedures, and there's, you know, there's procedures with paint and body stuff, but it's a little more loose than the mechanical side. And so it's hard to explain stuff to mechanics, you know. They want it in mechanical terms, and you know, sometimes we don't think that way. So, Pen Painter 1, do you ever get any sleep? No, I don't sleep much anymore, ever since the neck and surgery. So, you know, I used to sleep a good 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, but it's down to, you know, I can't get to bed till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm back up at 6. So sleep's something that I miss, and I'm trying to get back to, but you know, I don't need much sleep. It seems like the more I sleep, the crappier I feel, it seems like. So, and then we got Matt. He's meowing, you know, and we could send a cat. You get the cat and the dog package deal. And the dog hates the cat, you know, so that might not work. I got to keep those two separate, you know, and it's not easy. So, and then I got a problem with the cat crapping and peeing all over my mill. Seems to like to pee on the mill, and it's got a little trough on the bottom there, and it likes to piss in there. And it's really making me mad. I tried some fabric softener in there and some other stuff. So if you guys know what to put down to make a cat not pee, let me know. Tom had some magical trick he was going to do, and he forgot, you know, when he was here. So then we got TR Customs Engineering, and it says not spam. Thank you for the video. Thank you for watching, buddy. And thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for, you know, putting up with my dumb ass and stuff. And I'm not going to go back to the riding around with Gaten stuff, you know. That was fun. We went to the junkyard. I did get thrown out of a junkyard last weekend. The guy, he took my camera from me. It was in my toolbox, and he told me that you couldn't have a video camera in there, and you know, I had to do the ninja move and snatch my camera from his hand like the Pebble. And once I got my camera, of course, I wasn't very nice. I put my camera in my toolbox and went into ass-kicking mode, and he told me I couldn't have a camera, and I kept filming him, and I filmed the front of the place, and it didn't say you couldn't have a camera, and I said, you got a camera, so I want a camera, and so that was a big mess. And yeah, so I didn't put any of that up though, because I figured that wasn't very nice, and but that was fun. And hopefully they're getting the sign painted this week, you know, saying no videos. And then as I was talking to the phone, or the owner there, I was just asking him if he was going to make you turn your cell phone in when you went to the junkyard, because cell phones have cameras now, and he wasn't aware of that. So yeah, that was a really good time, and all that good stuff. So alright, man, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Hopefully the battery's not dead, and then I'll upload it, and I'll make some more videos tomorrow. I'm going to try to get that blue car, you know, puffing some smoke out of it, and I'm going to work on those estimates, and I got to get back on the green bomb out there, some stripping and some sandblasting and some pulling the body off the chassis, but I got to get some guys around to help me do that. So alright guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and you know, thanks for the thumbs down and all that good stuff.